so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Fields throw complete here to Kmet. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Play action. Fields steps away. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun to about the 26 here.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Fields. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape.
Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Bears are in for 6. Santos with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago. He brings the kickoff back 85 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Trubisky will throw. Quick slant, finding Claypool. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bears will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. George Pickens, 37 yards. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make it 17-13. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. Touchdown, Chicago! Dante Pettis. A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now the point after try for Santos. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey in the...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 33. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Kyler Gordon picks it off, and the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown Bears. Darnell Mooney, 56 yards. And the Bears are in for 6.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath with those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Santos' kick is up and through. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
These 2 teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field in Brandon Gaudin.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Pettis now from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Running left, Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Third and long. It's Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Play action. Now Trubisky. That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete here.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And it'll be intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Fields. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes. On 1st down, Fields. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
On play action, Fields rolling to his left. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for it. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The fullback run. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. On first down, Trubisky. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he's got his target, Harris. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Najee Harris, 32 yards. And the Steelers have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pettis now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw again on second down, Trubisky. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Well, he got pretty darn close to a 3-digit interception return for a touchdown.
And what we learn on plays like that is just how far it is from end zone to end zone.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. But this one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
First down, and they go back to Harris. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete.
And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 37. That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And this one is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Fields. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Miles Jack with a sack. The partner under the lights points in prime time. This offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with